Hey YouTube, StrumBum Foley here. Thank you for tuning in. Today what we want to cover is blues in C. First thing we're going to look at are open chords for your 12-bar blues in C. So the chords we need to know are your C7th, so those are your first 4 bars, your F7th, and then your G7th. F7th, C7th. So those are your open chords, but what's nice about this is you can also play some bar chords in there. So we know this is a C7th. Well, guess what? This is also a C7th. So it's your B7th chord, down, up 1 fret, C7th. This is also a F7th. So it's your D7th, E, F. And this is a G7th. So now we can put all these chords together. And with the turnaround at the end, we just go from the F to the F sharp to the G. So that is your 12-bar blues in C. Now, also what you can do is play some lead patterns over that. So let me show you how you do that. Okay, let's play some walking blues over our 12-bar blues in C. We'll play some lead patterns. So I'm going to teach you 3 patterns. One to play over the C7th, one to play over the F7th, and one to play over the G7th. So for the C7th, what you want to do, and I'll just speak in frets here, we're going to play this string, the A string, the 2nd string from the top, or I guess you would call it the 3rd string, open, 4, down a string, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 4. So you'd play that pattern 4 times, so it'd sound like this. Okay, that is your walking blues for over the C chord. Now we'll move to the F. Alright, to play over the F, we're just going to move up 1 string, and we're going to start on this open E string. And if we start with this note, that's an F. Alright, so let's play the same pattern except in F. And it's 1, 5, down a string, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 5. Okay, so that is the pattern you will play over the F. So let's hear how they sound together. Perfect so far. Now we'll move to the G. So let's take a look at what walking blues pattern we'll use over the G. Okay, to roll over the G chord, what we want to do is, we know over the F we started with this note, which is an F. If we start here, we're going to start on a G. So that is your 2nd string, 3rd fret, G. Okay, so similar type of thing. We're going to go from the 3 to the 7, to the 5, to the 7, to the 8, to the 7, to the 5, and back to the 7. Alright, so we start on the 3rd fret. Okay, so that is your pattern for over the G. So now you have a walking blues line that you can play over every chord in the C 12-bar blues. Okay, so let's look at all 3 of our patterns put together, see how they sound, and see how they work together. So we'll start with our C pattern, and let's get in the camera here. Play it through 4 times. Now to the G pattern. Back to the F pattern. And back home again. And that's as easy as it is. Take it from the strum. Okay, so let's quickly review what we learned so far. So far we learned the 12-bar blues in C. We started with the C 7th chord, we moved to an F 7th chord, and then we moved to a G 7th chord, and then we threw a turnaround in there to let everyone know the music's starting over again. We also incorporated a walking blues run that we play pattern number 1 over that C 7th chord. The second pattern, which basically sounds the same, over the F 7th chord, and the third pattern over the G 7th chord. So now we've got really 2 people that could play together and sound a little bit in sync with one another, but they're playing completely different things. We also learned the bar chord formations for the C 7th, the F 7th, and the G 7th. So now we can bring a third player in to play those bar chords. So now we have 3 people playing the uke, all playing 12-bar blues in C. But what if we want to add a 4th player? Well, there's one last thing that we need, and that is the lead patterns played with the pentatonic scale. So what we're going to play here is a C minor pentatonic scale. Not the most difficult thing in the world. You just need to know a few notes, and you can play any of those notes, and it will sound good. So let's take a look at the C minor pentatonic scale. Very simple. We can start on the 5th fret. So what we're doing here is we're starting on the 5th fret, 1st string, 3rd fret, 1st string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 4th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th string, or excuse me, 3rd string. Here's how it sounds. And you can play it open. Some bends, some hammer-ons, some pull-offs. And there you go. So, what we're trying to say here is any of those notes will work over any of those chords, whether it's the open chords, the bar chords, the walking bass lines that I taught you, the walking blues runs, and now you can play this C minor pentatonic scale, and you could have 4 ukes going at once, throw in a harmonica, maybe a guitar, and hey man, that's what it's all about. Have a nice jam session. Have a lot of fun. This is StrumBum Foley. I hope you learned something today, and I'm going to try and get some more videos up soon to try and teach you some more of the things that I'm learning. So as I learn, you learn. See ya.